Hi everyone. So this is the second part of the numerical in the chapter 3 current electricity. We'll start with the ninth problem, which is on the topic combination of resistance. There is a picture given which is a circuit of resistance, and there are some which are connected in series and some are in parallel. There are 2 points A and B, and we have been asked to find the effective resistance across A and B.
Coming to ninth numerical. In this numerical, we have to find the effective resistance between point A and point B, and the circuit or the resistance combination is given. So this is 1 ohm. So here you see there are R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5. These 5 resistance are there and they are in different combination. Some are series, some are parallel. So we have to find the equivalent resistance for this case. So first let's take R1 and R2. So R1 and R2, they are in series combination. Therefore the equivalent combination will be just R1 and R2. This R1 and R2 is in parallel combination with R3 and R4, where R3 and R4, they are again in series combination. You see, this are in series combination and this is in parallel combination. And this whole combination, we can represent it as R1 plus R2, they are in series, R3 and R4, they are in series, and this two, they are in parallel combination. This whole thing is in series combination with R5, right? So first let's do step by step. If the series combination R1 and R2, R1 is 4 ohm, R2 is 6 ohm. So 4 plus 6, this becomes 10 ohm, which is in parallel combination with R3 and R4, which is 3 plus 2, 5 ohm. So if we have to do this parallel combination, then we know that it will be 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. If you do this, this will become 50. This is 5 plus 10, which is 15 by 50, right? So this combination becomes, if you do this, this will come around 3.33 ohm, right? So this whole combination is equivalent to 3.33 ohm. Now 3.33 ohm, it is, you can say this is Rp, this combination. Now Rp is in series with R5. So therefore Rp is 3.33 plus R5 will be 1 ohm, which is equal to 4.33 ohm. So my equivalent condition or equivalent resistance for this particular circuit is 4.33 ohm. Now here we are all using, as you know, when we have series combination, it is R1 plus R2 plus R3 dot dot dot, and when we have parallel combination, we know that 1 by parallel combination is 1 by Rp, which is 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So using this, we are actually taking. So here we have done in a way that just one step you can do it here. This 15 by 50 is actually 1 by Rp, right? So if you have to find Rp, this will become 50 by 15, and this answer is 3.33. So here there was a step missing. I just showed that. So these are the formula that we are using for the combination of series as well as parallel. So in this circuit we have both series and parallel, and that's how step by step we need to find the equivalent combination of resistance.
Our next question number 10, topic is combination of resistance again. There is another circuit given which has many combination in the picture. We have to find the equivalent resistance across A and B in the figure given.
Coming to the 10th numerical, this is the combination of the circuit as given, and we have to find the equivalent resistance between point A and B, right? So this is again the same type of question where we have to use the combination both series as well as parallel. So as we know, for series combination, it is just simply addition of two resistance or more, and for parallel combination we know 1 by equivalent Rp is 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 and so on. So these are the two formulas that we are going to use again. Now when we have to analyze the circuit, so let's you see, suppose we are just naming first, this is R1, this is R2, R3, R4, R5, R6. So how we are going to solve this circuit? So if you see this part of the circuit, R2, R3 and R4, if you just cut this here, this part of the circuit, if you just take this 2 point and you straight it, then they all three are connected in series. Since they are all connected in series, you just take the 2 point here, then you will understand that they all are connecting in series. Like one end of the resistor is connected to another resistor, and the other end of the resistor is connected to the other resistor. So this part is a series combination. So therefore they will be just added. So we can write for this part the equivalent resistance is R2 plus R3 plus R4, which is 3 ohm plus 10 ohm plus 9 ohm. So this will become 22 ohm, right? So this part of the circuit we can write it as equal to 22 ohm. Now if you see, the same circuit would change now, or we can write it in this way, right? So this is my R1, this is R5 and this is R6, and this whole circuit I am making it as an equivalent circuit, which is R3 plus R2 plus R4, and this is equal to 22 ohm. Now if you just cut it in this point, then you will see that R5 and this equivalent, they are in parallel combination. So we are taking one part and we are analyzing it. So taking this 2 point, if you just break it here, you will see that only taking this part, you will see these two are in parallel combination. So we will find out what is the equivalent for this. So R5 is in parallel combination with 22 ohm equivalent resistance. R5 is 5 ohm. So when we have to do parallel, we know 1 by RT is R5 is 1 by 5, which is in parallel with 1 by 22, right? So this becomes 22 plus 5. So this is 27 by 110. So 1 by Rp is 27 by 110. Then Rp should be 110 by 27. So when you calculate, this value is approximately 4.07. So this is my Rp, that is this particular combination. And now this equivalent circuit, I can draw it once again. Now it has become like, now this Rp, this is R1 and this is R6. So now when you have solved this, this has become like this. This Rp is 4.07 ohm. So now if you see between point A and point B, it is a series combination. If you just straighten it, they all are connected to each other. So now the equivalent resistance we have to calculate using the series combination. So the final equivalent is R1 plus Rp plus R6. R1 is 2 ohm, substituting. Rp we have found it as 4.07 ohm, and R6 we have as 4 ohm. So the answer is 10.07 ohm. So this whole equivalent circuit is, you can write it as point A, B as 10.07 ohm, and that is what they have asked you. So you see, first what we have done, we have taken this section and we have found what is the equivalent section, and that has come out to be 22 ohm. Now we have taken the second section, they are in parallel. Now we have found this parallel to be parallel resistance, equivalent resistance to be 4.07 ohm, and then we have taken the last section, which is again a series section, and then we have added them in the series and we have got 10.07 ohm. Like this, for given any kind of circuit, for given any kind of combination, you have to go section by section and then find out what would be your equivalent circuit. So one equivalent resistance would be in certain combination with other section of the circuit. So you can section by section analyze as to what will be the combination of resistance and finally get it.
Question number 11. Topic is cell and its parameter. A voltmeter connected to a cell reads 2.2 volt. When a resistance of 1 ohm is connected between the terminals of the cell, the reading of the voltmeter falls to 1.1 volt. Calculate the internal resistance of the cell.
Coming to 11th numerical, in this they have asked that there is a cell, and when the cell is not connected to anything, the voltmeter reading or voltage drop across this cell is 2.2 volt. So as we know that when the cell is not connected to anything, the potential drop across the cell is nothing but its EMF of the cell. So we can understand that they are talking about EMF. So EMF is given as 2.2 volt. Now this cell is connected with a 1 ohm resistance between the two terminals. So it means that the outer resistance is 1 ohm, and when it is connected, the voltage is in the voltmeter is 1.1 volt. So now we can say this voltage is the terminal voltage or terminal potential. So terminal potential V is given as 1.1 volt, EMF is 2.2 volt, and the resistance is 1 ohm. So they have asked us what is the internal resistance of the cell. So as we know that the current through the cell, the current through the circuit for the cell, in that expression I is EMF of the cell divided by the outside circuit, the outer resistance plus the internal resistance. This we already know, but in this calculation there is no current, therefore we have to convert it in some other way. Since we know the terminal potential V is I into R, the current that is flowing through this, and now we will just substitute for I, which is epsilon R plus R into R. So this is my potential, terminal potential, and you see all these things are known except internal resistance, which we are supposed to be finding out. So V is epsilon R by R plus R, and now we are just going to substitute for all the value. Epsilon is 2.2 into R is 1 ohm, and this is 1 ohm plus R, and this voltage terminal potential is given by 1.1, right? So we can write this again. 1.1 is 2.2 divided by 1 plus R. Then doing that, we can write 1.1. Now just calculating it. Okay, so when we are doing this calculation and we are finding out the internal resistance to be 1 ohm.
If you like the video, then press the like button, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Question number 12. A cell of EMF 1.5 volt and internal resistance 2 ohm is connected to two resistors of 5 ohm and 8 ohm in series. What is the potential difference across the 5 ohm resistor? The picture is given, and in the picture 5 ohm and 8 ohm two resistance are connected in series. The EMF of the connected cell is given and its resistance, internal resistance, is also given. We have to find the potential difference across the 5 ohm resistor.
Now coming to the 12th numerical, it is given that a cell is connected with two resistance, and these two resistance are in series, and with that this particular cell is connected, and this cell has the resistance as 2 ohm and EMF as 1.5 volt. So we have to calculate the potential drop across this particular 5 ohm resistance. So if I have to calculate the potential drop, I already know the resistance, but I have to calculate what current is passing through it, right? So as this is a positive side of the cell, so current I is passing. So if I have to calculate potential across this particular resistance, I have to find V equal to I into R. We have to, already R I know, we have to find V. I have to calculate what is I. Now if I have to calculate what is I, then we know I is epsilon by R plus R, right? What is this R? This R is the total R, so I can write it as RS, because the total R here is the equivalent resistance of these two resistance which are in series. So if I have to find what is RS, because these two are in series, so this becomes 5 plus 8, 13 ohm, right? So my RS is given, so I can find current I. I is epsilon 1.5 divided by 13, that is RS, and internal resistance is 2. So this will become 1.5 divided by 15 ampere. So this, if you calculate 1.5 by 15, it will become 0.1 ampere. So this is the current that is flowing through this circuit. And now I have to find the voltage drop across this particular resistance. So we take V equal to I into R, where I already know current flowing 1.1 ampere, and the resistance across particular this is 5. So my voltage across this particular 5 ohm resistance is 0.5 volt.
Question number 13. A resistance of 9 ohm is connected to a cell. A voltmeter connected across the cell reads 1.8 volt. When a resistance of 10 ohm is connected in series with 9 ohm, the voltmeter reading changes to 1.9 volt. Calculate the EMF of the cell and its internal resistance.
Coming to the 13th numerical, it is given that there is a cell which is connected to a resistance. Outside, the two ends are connected to a resistance, and the resistance is 9 ohm. When the resistance 9 ohm is connected, the voltage reading is, or the terminal voltage is 1.8 volt. So this is the first case. In the second case, now this cell is connected with a 10 ohm resistance in the series with the 9 ohm resistance. So previously it was only the 9 ohm resistance. Now another resistance in the series is added, and now the voltage drop or the terminal voltage is 1.9 volt, right? So for this we need to find, from this both situation, we need to find what is the EMF of the cell and what is the internal resistance of the cell. So if you see, the information that are given is the terminal voltages and the resistance that is connected outside. So definitely we have to use the terminal voltage equation. Voltage is epsilon R by R plus small r, where R are the outside resistance, small r the internal resistance, epsilon is the EMF. Now from this itself we have to find EMF as well as the internal resistance. So let's see, in the first case my V is epsilon R by R plus R. Substituting this epsilon we don't know, so epsilon R is 9 volt, this is 9 plus R, and this voltage is given as 1.8. So my first, we can take it as equation 1.8 equal to 9 epsilon by 9 plus R, right? So this is my equation 1 in the first case. From the second case, we can write 1.9 volt is equal to, now this R, here what R we have to write, epsilon R, this R is actually the series combination of these two. So I can write it as RS epsilon RS plus R. What is RS? RS is 9 plus 10, that is 19 volt. So just substituting, we can write it as epsilon into 19 by 19 plus R, which is 19, 1.9, sorry, 1.9 volt, right? So this becomes my equation 2. Now we divide equation 1 by 2, therefore we get 1.8 divided by 1.9 is equal to 19 E uh, 9E divided by 19E into 9 plus R, sorry, this will become 19 plus R divided by 9 plus R. Okay, so once you calculate this, it will become, I am just trying to simplify. Before that, this epsilon would get cancelled, so 1.8 9 plus R into 19, this will become 1.9 into 9 19 plus R. Okay, so from here, if you calculate, if you try to simplify, and you see R comes into the picture, here also R comes into the picture. So finally, if you calculate, you would get R equal to 1 ohm, right? So from here we get, just calculate it, and you will get R equal to 1 ohm. Now this one I will substitute in this equation 1, and if I substitute, this will get as 1.8, this substituting in equation 1 will get 1.8 equal to 9 epsilon divided by 9 plus 1, 10. So 9 epsilon is equal to 18, therefore epsilon is 18 by 9, which is 2 volt, right? So like this, we are substituting in this equation, and we are getting 1.8 is 9E divided by 9 plus R equal to 1, so it becomes 10. So 9E is equal to 1.8 into 10, 18, and therefore epsilon is 18 by 9, 2 volt. So the internal resistance is of the cell is 1 ohm, and the EMF is 2 volt. So this is the answer.
Question number 14. Two conductors of resistance 4 ohm and 8 ohm are connected in parallel with a cell of EMF 3 volt and internal resistance 1 ohm. Calculate the current in each conductor.
Coming to the 14th numerical, you have one cell with EMF 3 volt and 1 ohm internal resistance is connected to a parallel combination of two resistance, where these two resistance are 4 ohm and 8 ohm, and we need to find the current that is passing through both the resistance. So let's suppose the current I is flowing from here, and this current is getting divided into I1 and I2. So we need to find both I1 and I2. So to find that, first we need to use, as we know, we need to first find what is the current that is flowing using this formula, and we just substitute it. I is epsilon R, but this R is a parallel combination of these two resistance. So I can write it as epsilon Rp by Rp plus R. So let's find what is this parallel combination. 1 by Rp will be 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8. So this, if you do, Rp will become, just do this calculation, Rp will become around 8 by 3. So just substituting this, no need to calculate in decimals. It's enough if you keep it in fraction, because many times we are calculating and where fractions will come. So epsilon is 3, Rp is 8 by 3 divided by Rp is again 8 by 3 plus 1. So once you do this calculation, as 3 gets cancelled, this is 8, this is 3 by 3, so this will become 11 by 3, again this 3 would get cancelled, and finally you will get 9 by 11. Okay, so the current I is 9 by 11 ampere. You can convert it into decimal also and keep it. Will be around 0.8 ampere. Now this current is flowing, which is getting divided into I1 and I2, and we need to find what is the current I1 and what is the current I2. I1 is equal to IR2, I into R2. If this is R1, this is R2, I into R2 divided by I1 plus, R1 plus R2. This is the amount of current that is flowing. So we just substitute 9 by 11 into R2 is our 8 ohm. This is 8 plus 4, 12. 8 plus 4, 12 ohm. So once when you calculate this fraction, you will get this as 6 by 11 ampere. So my I1 becomes 6 by 11 ampere, which is close to 0.5 ampere, right? So this is my I1, and now I need to find I2. So to find I2, you can write I into R1 divided by R1 plus R2, but we are not going to do that. How we can find I2? Since here only 2 are there, if there are more, then you need to use this I into R2, R1 by R1 plus R2. You need to use that formula, but since there are 2, so I am using one trick. The total current is I2 plus I1, and therefore I2 will be I minus I1. So I already know that is 9 by 11, and this is 6 by 11. So I get it is as 3 by 11. So my I2 is 3 by 11 ampere. You can convert it. It will come around 0.27 decibel ampere. So this is how you found I2. This is your I1 and this is I. So these are the current that are flowing through this circuit.
If you like the video, then press the like button, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon.